Hello, everybody. An interesting, well, I think it's interesting. I hope you'll find it interesting. Video, which I plan on having a before it's news, potentially maybe at Substack also, maybe even Blogspot, all three. I haven't written for the Liberty Beacon in a while. I hope Roger's doing well in his stroke recovery. At any rate, have you heard? Well, for those of you who read books, you probably understand. I don't have one of my books handy, but the back of a book, you will see a barcode, a ISBN number. Every book, in order to really be able to be sold, should have an ISBN number. Those come from a company called Boker. There's another company called Incubate that Boker bought up that provides these score it results. What is a score it? Uh-oh, I waved the paper in front of the video and now the video's gone fuzzy. So let me try to correct that by toggling between the cameras. There we go. All right, now I'm back in focus. At any rate, a Incubate slash now Boker, since they own them, score it system is when books are written and thousands of new books come out a week. Generally, new authors come along, and I did this in 2022 for my Terror Strikes book. I'll talk about that in a minute, but first, I want to talk about my latest release, the Book of Kennedy, Project Carpe Diem, exclusively through Amazon. You can get the Nook version will be up at Barnes and Noble soon too, but primarily the Kindle version became available. I'm looking down at my calendar. Today, 7/23, Wednesday, July the 23rd, became available on Kindle. Will be becoming available in hardcover on Sunday, the 27th of July, and the soft copy will be out available August 1st via Amazon. At any rate, I ran my book, my latest book, The Book of Kennedy, Project Carpe Diem, through the score results, and I want to share them. It's very unique. It allows you to compare your writing to millions of other books by hundreds of thousands of other authors who have written in the past. And to tell you how good Score It is, Incubate Score It is, if you recall, J.K. Rowling a while back wrote a book. I forget the title of the book. I should have looked it up. Under an alias, and I forget the alias, but there was speculation. We know this book is under a pseudonym. What author is it really? And the Incubate people ran it through their scorage system and outed J.K. Rowling. The results were that good. Basically, like 99% of all their scoring percentiles in the various four things they score based on authorial vocabulary, expressive complexity, grammar, and total quality. Uh-oh, phone's ringing. There's a call coming in. I'm going to have to pause this. Okay, I am back. Well, that was convenient timing. That call was actually from J.D. Gale of Incubate, and he clarified, no, Bowker, as it's properly pronounced, not Boker, Bowker, Bowker, did not buy up Incubate. They just partner with them to sell their services. So I'm able to clear that up. And the issue, I was complaining to Incubate because I ordered 2 additional scores so I could try to rate how to write a book and get it published, and Constitutionalist Politics 2 to see what kind of scores I get back from them. Because my writing style between these books, because they are very different books, Terror Strikes being fiction, historical fiction. So that's kind of almost really one writing style, and we'll get into that score in a minute, as well as the Book of Kennedy, the one just coming out now. Very similar sub-theme of life and living. Terror Strikes, I say, not a book about death and destruction, but life and living. But it covers a lot of things. And yeah, terrorism is the thread that holds the beginning to the end and all the sub-themes together. The Life of Kennedy, Project Carpe Diem, or the Book of Kennedy, the Book of Kennedy, Project Carpe Diem, subtitle, is about life and living also. It's kind of a quasi-sequel with completely different characters, certainly not touching on terrorism at all, but general life and living, the good, the bad, the ugly of living, and trying to maintain a positive attitude regarding it all on this fallen, frail planet we currently live on, this plane of existence. Before it's a Christian book, as a Christian, hopefully ascending to heaven, the next plane, our eternal life. At any rate, those are very different, of course, than Constitutionalist Politics 1 and Constitutionalist Politics 2, which is a nonfiction book based on my Constitutionalist Politics show. So that's a very different writing style, as well as my how to write a book and get it published, hints, tips, and techniques that I'm trying to run a score against, but Boker didn't process the order properly for Incubate to know to give me the credits to allow me to run the scores. That's why I got the phone call. I'm complaining to Incubate, but it wasn't their fault. Wasn't their problem. I ordered it through Bowker, who didn't process through the order to them for them to know to give me the credits. Next time I'll use Incubate Direct and skip the middleman who screwed things up. At any rate, I wanted to talk to you about the score it results. The Book of Kennedy, Project Carpe Diem, it suggests I am most like Joe. Let me get my magnifying glass. I'm having trouble reading this. I need new glasses. Joe Walton, Jowatol, the Just City book. Second most, it talks Paulo Coelho, Coelho. I'm sorry, butchering your pronunciation of your name. Adultery book. There's no adultery in the Book of Kennedy. There's relationship and dating complications and issues therein. And then the third book, most like John Scalzi, Scalzi, lock-in book. Now, again, I will, of course, put the image on the screen so you get a better look. It compares authorial vocabulary, expressive complexity, grammar, and tonal quality. And the lowest ranking is for the third book, 76 in the authorial vocabulary range, but most of my comparison rankings are in the 80s and 90s to these authors and these other books. So if the point being, if you enjoy those authors and those books, the point being is you should enjoy my writings, and especially my The Book of Kennedy, Project Carpe Diem, out now in Kindle, couple days in hard copy, couple more days in soft copy print. Now, as for my Terror Strikes Coming Soon to a City Near You book that came out in 2022, most compared to R. Koontz, R. Dean Koontz, known as Dean Koontz, Koontz, book called The Innocents. Authorial vocabulary match was a 97% there. Second most compared author and book, Brian Herbert, or Ebert, spelled Herbert, The Mentets of Dune, if I'm reading that right. I think I need new glasses here. And thirdly, S.T. Joshi, Joshi, The Madness of Chitlu Anthology. I'm probably trouncing the name of that book there. At any rate, I'm going to end it here because I'm now gone longer since I was interrupted by the phone call and had to explain to you what all been going wrong in my life regarding my books here. I'm going to wrap it up. Hope you'll check out those Score It reports. If you enjoy Dean Koontz, please buy Terror Strikes Coming Soon to a City Near You. If you like Joe Walton, Paulo Coelho, or John Scalzi, please buy a copy of The Book of Kennedy. You should enjoy that book if you enjoy them. I just wanted to share that with you. I hope to have another segment on this once I'm able to run a score it for Constitutionalist Politics 2 and how to write and publish a book and get hints, tips, and techniques to see how those stack up with other writers. Soon I'll probably add it in to the same before it's news article, or maybe I'll create a second separate one for that when I do that. Thank you all. If you've managed to last through this rambling, I greatly appreciate it, especially to those of you interested in my books and may buy my books. Thank you all. Take care. God bless. Like and subscribe to Constitutionalist Politics Podcast and share episodes. We need your help.